Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Inside Pool production of the Seminole Pro Billiards Tour. Well, the Seminole Pro Tour. We're here at California Billiard Club in Mountain View, California for the $12,000 added Seminole Pros Tour stop. It's the first stop of the 2011 tour. We're about to watch a match between Brandon Shuff and Damian Alishan. They're going to be lagging up here in a second. I'm J.R. Calvert with Inside Pool. Looks like Damian has won the lag. I don't really know very much about Damian. I know that he does play quite well. Expecting to see a good match. Brandon is a Virginia State 10-ball and 9-ball champion, I believe. I can only say that he hit those just not to scratch. I don't think he had a plan, but we'll see what's going on later in the match here as he kind of gets used to being on the TV table. Brandon made a nice shot there. He ran into a few balls, but it was a calculated collision. He knew what he was doing there somewhat. He really doesn't have too many problems here. He just needs to make sure that when he draws back for the 4, he's about where he is now. And since he's straight in, he can draw back half a foot, 2 feet, and pretty much be right along the line that he's at right now. A little bit of a tough shot. He's going to be jacked up over the 10-ball here. Not a problem. Now, Brandon did tell me before the match started that he had pulled a muscle in his back earlier. Doesn't look like he's hurting too much to me, but you know, that looks can be deceiving, especially when it comes to a back injury. As the match goes on, we'll have to keep an eye on Brandon and see if it's something that would be going on. Ladies and gentlemen, we may be having Corey Dool join us in here in the booth. Let's see if we can get him mic'd up. Corey?
Hello.
Hello, Corey.
Hello, how's it going?
It's going great. We're here watching a match between
Damian Alishan and Brandon Shuff. You familiar with both of these players?
I'm familiar with Brandon. Damian, yeah, I've known him for a long time. I've seen him a lot at Reno. He's played the Reno tournament quite a bit.
He seems like he plays pretty decent.
Yeah, pretty good. What's okay? So Damian's winning this match? No.
No, it's just started.
Just started. Okay.
It's just started, and it is now 1-0. Favor of Brandon, and he's going to get the first break, his first break here, because Damian won the lag.
Gotcha. I played my first match on this table, and it broke okay, but it didn't seem like the balls froze up that good. Tough to freeze the balls.
I noticed that you were getting the second ball to go, but in the line, but it kept getting kissed out, and I don't know whether that's...
That just has to do with the how much the rails bounce. You know, if the rails are bouncing at the right speed, then the timing. You know, the two corner balls will time up with that.
Right.
It's end up going on, and you can't really stop it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And they just kiss out, I guess. I guess I could have switched the speed up a little bit.
Well, this is an interesting shot. I mean, he has a bank shot and maybe even a cut. I can't really tell. No, I guess he's going to go for the cut.
That was a good shot there.
It really was.
Looks like he'll play for the 3 on the side, I think.
Yeah, I think he could. I would probably go around the 8.
He came all the way around.
He really did.
Nudged it. Yeah, he's fine though. He just try and bring it out in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
Play that. He should. Yeah. I think I play the 4 in the corner.
Yeah, I wouldn't try and come back on it. I'd just go ahead and swing across and get ready to shoot to 4 and to 5.
He's looking at pinching. He's looking at pinching it and trying to draw it up by the side. Play for the side pocket, I think. Or maybe he's going to go around. He might be thinking about going around the table.
He could be doing that. I think he's going to just try and draw it.
He wants to shoot that ball on the side.
He really did.
He got on it for the side. That's pretty good.
And he can go anywhere. He can go 3 rails around the table. He can just flop 1 rail, 2 rails, shoot to 5.
He overhit that a little, but he's fine. That 6 ball looks a little steep in the side.
Yeah, I'd be killing this ball and trying to shoot it up in the corner. Now, that might not go.
Oh, jeez.
That goes on a lot of tables, but not here.
These tables play pretty good, though. Ernesto Dominguez, he fixes all the tables around California area, and he does a good job on the tables.
Well, these
you know, if you hit a ball and it looks like if it hits the pocket, it goes in, and if it doesn't hit the pocket, you didn't hit it. You know, so plays pretty true. You don't hit too many balls that go down deep in the pocket and don't go. You know?
Right.
This is tough here.
This really is. I'm not sure.
I think he's got to go below the 10 ball with a lot of spin. He's gonna mess it.
Oh, he hit it great.
Look at this shot.
Wow, such a shot there, buddy.
That was pretty neat, folks. That's what you pay the money to watch. Oh, yeah, you didn't pay any money.
Thanks to Corey Dool and the UPL.
No, not me. It's Seminole Tribe. Seminole Pro Tour. They giving up the free live stream today.
Now tomorrow, starting tomorrow morning at the SeminoleProTour.com website, you'll be able to sign up for the pay-per-view and watch the rest of this tournament throughout the weekend. There will be daily rates and there will be the weekend rate from this 2 days. What do you see here?
Oh. This is kind of tough. It looks like he can maybe bank it or thin it.
I think he's going to get the
banked
bank.
He made it. I like cutting this in the right hand pocket, just kind of center ball, and come and play for the 9 in the same pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's a tough shot. You know. That's kind of a cautious way to play it. They made it look pretty easy.
He sure did. I mean, that shot gets undercut more times than you'd ever believe. It's a pretty thin hit.
Yeah. You know, they're keeping the conditions really good here. From what I've seen, the balls are clean. They're not holding chalk too bad. It seems like the climate here is pretty dry, maybe.
That might be it.
I don't know.
But you're living down in Florida now, so it's...
Florida's humid, yeah, it's really humid. So the next tournament's at Capone's, which I'm the house pro at Capone's Billiards in Spring Hill, Florida. That's a nice room, too. But, yeah, Florida tends to get pretty sticky. So maybe I'll have the home court advantage. Me and Rodney. Rodney's house pro, too.
It doesn't look like he has too much of a problem here. The only problem I can see is making sure he comes straight at the 3 from the deuce.
Yeah. I don't know if he comes straight up the table if he can make the 3. If he can, then I like that play.
Yeah, he has room.
He's coming all the way over. He got pretty steep. Now I like going to the bottom rail. I like coming, just miss the 3 and then bounce up.
Right.
You just hit this with almost center, maybe a touch of left, but top. You know, because if you hit it with a straight top, I think you run into the 3. So you just use a little English, make sure you don't scratch. Oh, it went right into the 3.
Well, he's going to hit it really funky,
and
too.
he got away with it. Look at that. All right.
Not too much you can say
yeah, this
there.
is pretty straightforward here. I like from the 7 to the 8. I like getting almost where the 4 is, or just a little bit out. That way you can go underneath the 8.
Right.
Just kind of takes scratching out of play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he just got a little careless there.
He got right on the 50, didn't he? I mean, he can.
On this.
Yeah, he got a little steep. He can just follow this or draw it. He can do either one.
I like just rolling it in and going 2 rails. Yeah.
I think that was carelessness. I don't even think he did.
I can't say much. I did a lot of that in the one pocket. I missed a few balls.
Well, I think everybody was at the tournament in Dallas. I know the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Yourself, Brandon, myself. And, that makes for a long week. And you get up here and, boy, Dallas just seems like forever ago, but we're still tired. That was a long tournament.
Dallas tournament was a long tournament?
Yeah.
Well, it was a long tournament. Wow, he missed that ball straight in. It looked like he tried to do something with the cue ball there, and it just looked like he probably just stopped it.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, wow, that was surprising.
Earl just said to me when he was practicing, he says, you can have ball in hand on a 10 and you don't have to get out. He says these tables are tight.
It looked like he stretched a little bit on that. It seems like a lot of the balls that I miss, stretched out or off balance. Or, it's surprising, but you can be shooting a really easy shot, and you stretch a little bit or get a little funny off balance, and you tend to move on it a little bit, and there you go. I mean, you don't have to move much to miss any ball, So.
Brandon's trying to make this 4 and a side.
I made that. That was a good break right there.
Really
what
was.
a bad roll. God, that's a bad roll.
He's smiling at
he just stopped it perfect, made the second ball. That's the thing about this 10 ball. It's so lucky off the break. I mean, people say that they think it's not as lucky of a game, and there's more play in the game than 9 ball, but in my belief is 9 ball nowadays is pretty straightforward. Everybody knows what's going on. They pretty much know they're going to make a ball, and they know what's going to happen. 10 ball nowadays, I mean, even though he just stopped his cue ball in the middle and hit a perfect break, those balls come around and they kiss the cue ball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you could hit 10 perfect breaks and lose all the games.
Exactly.
Whereas your opponent can mishit it, get lucky, get a shot, and make it look like tic-tac-toe and beat you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's 10 ball's disguised a little bit. People think it's a different game than it really is, in my opinion.
Well,
I try telling that to half the top players, and they'll call me crazy.
I agree with you. It's funny how much strategy there's already been revealed, and we've only been playing the game probably seriously for 2-3 years, where there's tournaments on the professional level. Did he get above the 5? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it creates more moving games, which is good for the better player. But on the other hand, the amount of games that you could break and get, it all comes down to who gets the best shot after the break if they make a ball. Usually with 2 guys that can run out, that can play good.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just because you stop the cue ball in the middle doesn't mean at all in this game of 10 ball. It doesn't mean that you're gonna have the best runouts. I've played guys that hit it awful, get straight in on the 1, and I hit it real good, and I'd never get a shot.
Well, I think we've all been in that position where we find ourselves doing everything that the textbook says, and it never pans out.
Mm-hmm.
You get bulls in a china shop just running through the game, and the world shines on it. So I mean, it's a little bit annoying, but it is a game.
That's what it is.
What do you see here with this shot?
I think I'd try and. I'm probably going to try and if you can roll under the 9, but it doesn't look like you can do it. I might try and cut this ball in, miss the 4, and come 2 rails around, and I don't know. The nitty shot, the safe shot, is just to roll it to the end rail, like into the first diamond under the 4-9.
Mm-hmm.
Just roll it real soft to where it just lays up on the second diamond over here. The cue ball goes right to the end rail.
Right.
I think that's the safest.
Do you see banking at 2 rails down onto the back rail?
Oh, bank at it?
Oh, banking at 2 rails.
I didn't see it, but that looked like a pretty good shot, really. I didn't look at that.
I think we can name this tune in one note. Just roll you out. Miss the 10.
If he can go for this 10 and somehow draw the cue ball over towards the 4-9, I like that. Or just roll behind the 10. I mean, that's what he's going to do. He used a lot of inside on that.
Yeah.
which I would normally hit that with just top or even the other side, even left. It seems like I can control the speed of getting up on that, getting froze on the 10 better. I like kicking 2 rails under the 5 here, and kick the 3 ball towards the 9-4.
Yeah, and then that way you can keep the Q on the 5 and maybe get that. But you can split the balls up. That was a pretty
he got
good
away
kick.
with that. That was like, I don't know about that shit.
That was backwards. That was
The odds of him getting right there was
fairly slim.
Well, this one here, I think the best shot from here is to kick and just lay up on the 3, just because it doesn't really go.
I see what he was trying to do. He was trying to.
Yeah, he was trying to hit it hard, but I don't know. He could have made it in the corner, maybe. All right.
Well, I think at this point here, he just has to make sure that if he's playing that combination, he's not straight in. He has to be able to make the 4-9 combo and then get towards the rack area so that
I like putting
happens.
the cue ball out in the middle of the table, shoot the 3, come over, and try and freeze on the side rail. Mm-hmm. That way, when you roll the 4 into the 9, you can put the cue ball on the bottom rail, and you almost for sure know the 4 is not gonna come up. You know.
Right. No, I know what you're saying.
I don't like putting the cue ball there. I'd put it out a little bit. I'd put it more like where the 8 is, kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'd put a little bit of an angle to it. And I have no problem going all the way over to the other side rail here. It's just I would never want to get straight in on this.
Yeah,
4.
he got kind of straight. Now if it goes rail first or something like that, it could end up froze, you know. Mm-hmm. Now you just got to really baby it. Oh, he hit that hard,
lucky.
too. Yeah, I would have babied that.
Yeah, I'm babying that ball and I'm letting it.
Then you come straight to the middle Brunswick, right here. That's what I do. 1 rail.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Well, there was a lot of danger in that shot. Come short or long, you're dead.
Oh, yeah. A lot of touch.
He didn't get it right angle again. He got a little the wrong angle here.
Wrong angle again. Inside out.
Well, I mean, if it doesn't matter you get the wrong angle all day. If you can make every shot, you still run out and you still win all the trophies.
That's right.
You know, I've talked about a lot of guys' game and be like, oh, that's the wrong way to play, and then I keep watching the guy win tournaments. I'm like, what the hell is this guy winning tournaments? But that's how they do it. They pocket balls.
Pocket balls. All position is to make the ball easier to pocket, but if they can pocket
Brandon plays good position. He just looks like he's just kind of taking some shots for granted here.
He's a little shell-shocked by this table.
He's a good player. He's a good one-pocket player, too. He did good in the one-pocket tournament.
And he got 3rd.
Yeah.
Scott Frost beat him, I think, 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
One loss finals.
Better than I did.
Let's see if he gets action on this 4 ball on the side. Got kissed again.
He's stopping the cue ball really good.
Yeah, he is.
But there you go again. He hit the perfect break and it didn't pan out. I mean, that's kind of what everybody's looking for. They're looking to hit it about like he did and put the cue ball right about there.
Right.
And if you do that all year, I like your chances. But he's looking at kicking at this, but I mean, you got to roll out here. I think something. I'd roll out into the 2. Well, if you roll out into the 2, they play safe behind the 9.
Mm-hmm.
If you let him see that ball or not.
I think he's let him see it. I think Brandon's got a pretty clean out here. There's nothing really going to give him any issues.
Yeah, this is pretty good here.
He can shoot the 6 in the lower right-hand corner if he likes.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of angle he's got here.
He may try and draw this ball a little bit.
Got a little straight here. This is where we'll see how he drew that ball back perfect. That means he's in stroke. He's been playing a lot, you know. If you haven't been playing, that's a tough shot to draw at a certain distance. You gotta have a good touch for that.
Yeah, he's definitely a seasoned player, and I think he barely made that ball there. That ball's out just a hair.
Yeah, that was out. That was out a little bit. He's right in line here. Wow, he drew the ball back. That ball rolled over. If that rolled out the other way an inch or two, he was hooked.
Yeah.
I don't like drawing that ball. I like stunning that over a little bit and just take your shot. You know?
Exactly. That way you can control the speed, control where it goes more.
Yeah.
Drawing it, you're at the whims of the table and how the ball takes the English.
He's going to get out here, it looks like. What's the score? Brandon's up 5-0. He's marking him on the wrong side.
I think he's carrying right now. See if we have time to hit a commercial.
In the largest regional tour in the country, the Seminole Pro Tour, open to both men and women.
Hit that one real good.
Yeah, he hits that break really nice. That's the thing. All these young guys now, they're practicing that break. Like Shane, you know, Shane came out and he's hitting that break, popping the cue ball back. Now I talked to Shane, he's like, they're all caught, you know. I said, how's it feel? You know,
yeah.
Funny.
Well, you had everybody, you put everybody on life tilt with your break, I'll tell you that.
Oh, they hate me. Regardless of what game you're playing, I mean, how hard you hit them, there's always going to be a shot that's the best shot, you know.
Exactly.
You know, I don't see anybody complaining about the one pocket break, saying, "Oh, those guys are hitting that break soft." One pocket. You know what I mean? That's what I think they need to do. They need to change the rule, make you hit it hard in one pocket.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. That was a great shot.
That really was.
Really nice. Hey, who's good at massaging the ball is Moro Payan does over there with Moro. He does some really nice massage shots.
Yeah, he does. He has a great touch. He's in behind the 6 almost.
Man, that really rolled out. I think he's got it. He can make it though.
Yeah, I think.
But he's going to have to. It looks like he's going to have to roll it in, take a long shot at the 4. This is a little tester here. You got to be cueing pretty straight to make this one.
Well, after he makes this, it's all over. So he pretty much really has to put some time into this shot.
Oh, he hit it nice. He hit it nice confident stroke there. Yeah, so
not like he's down 5-1.
Well,
5-0.
See how he drew that ball back? I like following that ball 2 rails. It'll go on the same line, but it just seems like it's a little easier to control the speed. And he came up 3-4 inches short there, and this is going to take a little pitch stroke. You know? See, now he's frozen. He was trying to pinch that. He had to hit it soft because if he hit it too hard, he comes way over you. But the whole mistake was stemmed by the way he shot the 5, I think.
Well, I think he's just going to nick this ball. And
If he can hit about half of it and spin the cue ball around and get the 7 to come back over onto the 10. Oh, he's just okay.
nick it.
That's okay. Looks like he might have left Brandon the edge.
I think he's got the edge on this one.
Brandon's got the edge. He's going to zigzag it up table. Try and 2-rail the 7 under the 10.
Well, he must because he just bird dogged that second rail.
Yeah. Oh, he hit it way fat, though.
Yeah, he did. 7 got all the way over.
Yeah. I like cutting that ball thinner where you can get the cue ball up and 2-rail it towards the 10, you know.
Right, the cue ball takes off at that point. I'm not sure about this shot. This one here, I've tried to leg it down and I've sold out. And I've just tried to even, let's see if he's legging it down.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
That's a good
This
shot.
is one of the toughest kicks to get out. He might just to nudge the 8. So, you know.
Make sure it's not a carom.
I mean, just the odds of you kicking. The odds of you kicking and hitting this. I mean, if he kicks straight up the table and he catches the right half of the 7 with the right speed, you might be able to hook him behind the 9-10. But I mean, you gotta weigh your odds here. What's the odds of you hitting that good compared to?
Yeah, successfully doing the other one. Well, the other one you can pretty much guarantee that you can do it.
Well, I mean, and then if you lag the 8 up on the 7, give him a hand. Well, this is certain death right here.
Oh my, how did he hit
He
it?
hit it really good. Look, he almost hooked it.
He's going to probably have a portion of the ball that
He
he
hit
can
it
hit.
about as good as he could, and he still sold out.
Exactly.
Brutal.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Look at how good he's broke.
Right?
He hit a great shot there. You know, he's giving this guy opportunities.
Well, I think Damian would be able to get on the board with this. I'm glad he didn't spin it. A lot of guys will spin that ball. I don't agree with spinning that ball.
Want to go 2 rails?
Yeah.
I like going 2 rails.
Well, generally what they end up doing is sinking on the rail. And they never get off the second rail. They hit it with the speed and just lay on the second rail. You know, you got to commit to that. You either have to spin it or come at the 9 ball.
Oh, this one looked like it skidded.
It did, didn't it? That skidded.
Looked like it did. Well, he's on the board. Damian is on the board.
Been a long week already, and it's only Friday.
I like it over here in California. It's nice.
It really is.
Really nice.
I heard Florida's just hot and humid right now. I heard it's 90 degrees in Miami.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Damian's first break, he didn't try and do too much with the break at all. He's going to make a ball. So who's your next match with?
I'm playing Jesse Engel.
What do you think of his game?
Jesse Engel.
Yeah.
What's that?
What do you think of his game?
Oh, he plays good, yeah. He is a good player.
Yeah,
He's
young
another
guy.
one of those guys that's got a good break. So he'll be dangerous.
Well, his
Now you see these guys hit this break, and the cue ball comes back and stops. And it just takes so much talent to be able to do it. It takes a lot of practice.
Yeah, I think in today's game, you need to have a break, even if it's just one pocket that you're playing. One pocket's changed over the last 25 years.
I like one pocket. I think one pocket's getting to be a more popular game. All the one pocket tournaments I see, it seems like there's more and more players, and you get a lot more diverse group of players too.
Right.
So you get a lot of the older guys coming in and playing, and what's neat is Rafael Martinez. He plays such a creative game. And I was watching him and Scott play. I mean, he goes for just about everything. I think that's fun to watch.
Yeah, that is fun to watch.
People think one pocket, they think, oh, just safety. But the guys that are winning are actually the more aggressive players.
They're firing at their hole every shot if they can.
Yeah. The best move in one pocket is to shoot at your hole because you got your opponent trying to dig the ball out.
Exactly. I used to say the best move in one pocket is 8 now.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard to beat that one. But, yeah, 25 years ago, people were just bunting safe. And they'd get a ball straight in the hole and they wouldn't even play it. Nowadays, it looks like there's nothing there, and next thing you know, 3 balls are sitting in front of the guy's hole. And
you notice all the great one pocket players nowadays. You got, Efren. I mean, he runs out as good as anybody. Scott. You got, Gabe Owen. They all play pretty aggressive.
Well, he broke those balls really nice, and I think that his only thing is to get on the deuce. If he can come down and get in between that 7-2, I think he's on a shot.
I'd just go ahead and try and go all the way to the bottom rail. If you get to the bottom rail, you know you're going to have some sort of shot. You can fall up 2 rails, get to the bottom rail. If you start trying to weasel in between these balls up here, you're liable to hook yourself. Like, watch, if this goes along, it's hooked behind this ball.
Right. Exactly right.
See, if he went the other way, behind the 6, he gets to, as long as he gets past the 6, he's got something.
Well, I think he's going to try the jump cue here.
Jump stick.
Yeah, I agree. I think
we have the rule right. It's 2 jumps per match, is that right? Or 1? 2?
I think it's 2.
2.
It's on the.
I like that rule. We came up with that rule. What was it? Maybe a year ago.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I don't know when it was the first. I think the first time we did it was at my tournament in Innisbrook. And then they just kept doing it. I like that rule. I think they should adopt it. Because, I mean, some guys get out of hand on the jump cue, and then that takes some of the kicking and massé shots out. Well, that was a good hit. He kind of got away with it because he didn't leave a pocket. He left a pretty tough shot. This is the type shot you think twice about even shooting at it. You could roll the cue ball behind the 4. You could pin it and come around behind the 3. There's a few things you can do other than shoot at this point.
Right.
This one I like cutting it over to the rail and send the cue ball towards the 8. Or you could frame it to 9. blue cheese, not the yellow cheese.
Yeah, this is the blue cheese game.
Blue cheese. Alright. Looks like a pretty good carom here, but it's tough to get a shot on the 2. That's the dilemma here. If I shoot the carom, I hit it hard. I'm trying to get lucky and get the cue ball out maybe in the middle of the table or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking of banking both balls to the other end of the table.
Oh, look, you got lucky there.
He's been getting a roll or two here and there. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
You know what's funny is you see more rolls with guys that are shooting shots that they don't quite know what's going to happen with the shot. You know what I mean? If you watch a couple players that they're playing and everything they play, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Right.
You don't see any rolls.
Yeah. I mean, Efren, if he's shooting 25 shots that he knows what he's doing on, he's not going to get a roll.
Efren, you can watch Efren play for a year and you'll never say that he got a bad roll. Or he got a good roll.
He insists that he got lucky.
Because he knows what's going on. He knows the physics of what's going to happen with almost every shot. But I think he's going to cut this in the corner. It looks like.
Well, if he doesn't tie up to 4,
He did tie up.
he doesn't tie up to 4, you can just go ahead and give that feed
Well,
to
if he can shoot the 2 and leave the cue ball out in the middle of the table, give himself a nice angle on the 3, I like to go ahead and come around and try and bump into him a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't figure to scratch because the pocket's blocked, So just send the cue ball right to the hole.
Yeah.
If you hit him and you make the 4, you got the 6. And if you happen to clip one side or the other, it seems like you're going to get a shot. I'd go right at the corner.
Yeah.
If you scratch, you scratch. I don't think you're going to scratch.
It takes a pretty unlucky hit.
If you go into the rail, you could go rail, like where he's looking, you could go rail 4 and scratch. You know what I mean? The problem with going for the corners, you could whiff it. You could go right around it.
Exactly. I think we've all done that. You're waiting for it to hit, and it just goes right by it.
This is probably the best play because he came pretty high on it. Now I kind of, if it don't go, well, I guess it goes. He's ducking.
It looked like he was ducking. Yeah.
And he hit it with inside again. Okay, this kick shot I like going 2 rails underneath the 6, and you catch the bottom side of the 4. You try and kick the 4 just past the 9, and that should send the cue ball back under the 6. It's a simple routine shot. Not quite.
No.
He hit it good.
No, he did.
A little harder speed.
Yeah, he would have got it down to the bottom rail then. I think he's fine here.
Yeah.
That's kind of flop.
Well, Brandon's stroking the ball nice. He's confident he's making balls good. It almost seems like he gets overconfident a little bit. And then he plays pretty quick. I played pretty quick my last match.
It's like he gets nonchalant, and he really
man.
doesn't care. I think he got away with it. I think he was...
Yeah, that was gambling there. That's the type of stuff you do when you're up 6-1.
Right.
Turn around a little bit. Brandon doesn't know it. Brandon probably thinks he's got a cakewalk with this guy. This guy plays decent. Alright, that's Brandon has stopped the cue ball just about every break. We'll see if he can keep doing it.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's got the number 2 ball to go a couple of times. Second ball, and he hasn't done it consistently, but he's at least trying to do it. He's accomplished it a few times, and that's the weird thing about this game. He's parking his rock every time, making the ball that he's trying to make, and he
hasn't got the shot to where he can run out yet. Sometimes you'll break like that, and you'll get straight in every game, and you might run 5. Look at that. Now the cue ball got kissed. And he made a ball. Okay, so now he can get out.
Yeah.
Look at that break.
That's a great break.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have liked to have been in the center.
I mean, he's really looked at the combo.
He's walking
Problem
around.
is the cue ball is going to be going toward his 7-5 here. He makes the one.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know if he's going to get shape. Oh, he made it. He thought he missed that. This is a good shot. If the 2 goes, you can play the 10 also. Cue ball. You might as well.
Might as well.
So, I mean, it's not like it's easy position on the 3. You can always bank the 3 or play safe. So, I mean, he got in the same spot as if he would have ran into the 10.
All right.
I think he's got a shot. He can cut this in or bank it. I kind of like banking it and going under the 4, play the 4 in the same hole. It's like a pretty free shot. You know, if you cut it, you're letting the cue ball go. If the cue ball hits the 7, scratch. There's too many weird things. I like banking.
Yeah, I like banking this ball. I know that with all those balls on the same side, that there's good things that can happen.
Yeah, there's one of them. He locked it in. Then you go ahead and bank the 4 firm. Stop the cue ball, but you make it with enough speed where if you miss it, it goes 1 rail back over.
Comes back right over and lays against the rail.
Yep.
He's actually a very nice player. He's thoughtful. Look at this. He just let his stroke.
Yeah, he let it go. Yep.
Yeah, he is. He has a lot of firepower.
Well, this game right here put him on the hill. I just follow this 2 rails.
No.
Yeah, that's all
inside.
I
There you go. It is hard to hit that ball because you don't want to go long. You got a shot at it anywhere but long, you know. All right, so
do. Here comes Brandon.
he's on the hill and breaking perfect.
He really is. I'd had a break like that when I was playing.
That's the thing is like if you take a guy like Efren that plays the perfect runouts every time, plays great, never misses a ball. If you put him up here playing 10 ball against Brandon, and Efren breaks often, and Brandon breaks good, Brandon's the favorite.
Brandon's the favorite because he's
That's
actually getting
like,
more
it's like,
opportunities.
but who plays better pool?
Well, Efren.
Nobody's gonna argue. It's Efren. So that's what I'm saying is this game disguises. It's a disguised game. This is a breaker's game.
Well, speaking of breakers game, the breaker has just set the balls up for a perfect run.
Yeah.
He absolutely has no
The guys that are
problem.
practicing this pop-stop break are the guys that are winning. If you're sitting at home and you can break like that, come on out here and try and play because you got a shot to beat people. You know?
First prize, 33.80.
I'm getting it down a little bit. I can do it a little bit. But I'm not great at it yet.
Well, I'm sure you'll get it.
Yeah.
It's just another stroke to learn. You know, it's not rocket science.
I I've got a few little specialty breaks I can do with 10 ball where I can just kind of bun them and make the ball. But the problem is it's if I don't make the ball, I don't make anything else. These guys that pop the cue ball, they if they don't make that second ball, they got other balls that can go. You know? So if you can hit it hard, it's the best break. The harder you hit it with accuracy, the better.
Right.
But Brandon has put on a pretty good show for us, I think.
Yeah, he has.
Taking it down here. That's
Damian's going to concede it.
That's it. Pretty good show.
And Brandon Shuff defeats Damian.
Oh, he almost kicked it in 3
Alishan.
rails.
Yeah, he did. 9-1. You've been watching the Seminole Pro Tour, production of Inside Pool Magazine. We're here at the California Billiard Club in Mountain View, California. I'm J.R. Kelver. Joining me in the booth this time is Corey Duhl. Corey, thanks for coming. We really appreciate the commentary and your time.
Good to be here.
Thank you. Folks, stay tuned. We're going to come back with another
Come back and
match.
watch tomorrow.
Excellent.